And this one was a surprise. I wasn't expecting it. Hey y'all, I just wanted to pop in here for a quick video and share 3 things that new YouTubers need to be warned about before you get into the YouTube and start doing all your channel, which is great. I really encourage you to do that this year. Make 2025 the year of the creator, the new creator. Maybe I'll coin that. So there are 3 things that you need to be aware of that can kind of sideswipe you if you're not ready for it. The number one thing that I think people are not aware of when they start a YouTube channel, and it's kind of a warning, is that it takes a lot more work than you realize. Today I'm sitting in front of my webcam and I'm sitting here at my computer so I can kind of see myself and stuff, and I just have my notes here. But all the video that I'm taking right now, I'm actually going to be editing because there's a lot of mess ups and bloopers and stuff like that. And while I may put some at the end, I don't know if I'll do that on this one because I want to try to keep it short. It takes a lot of work. It takes time out of your day. You have to try to get ready. At least for women, we like to have makeup on usually. Sometimes I don't because I don't care, but then other times I'm like, yeah, let me put at least a face on. So there's work involved there. There's work in preparation. There's work in trying to figure out what you're going to talk about. And when you first start, you're going to mess up a lot. You're going to say the wrong things. You're going to be like, darn it, I got to start over. Trust me, it comes and you learn, and it's the learning curve. It's part of the learning curve to get to where you have a better grasp of what you need to say. It's just a learning curve. Just deal with that part. But the point is that people don't realize that how much work it is involved. So like you may do a video like I'm doing right now, and you've got all this footage and you're like, okay, I don't like that, I don't like that, and then you condense it down. Well, going in and editing all of that takes time. And you want to try to make it sound good because you want to put a good face forward, right? Your whole point is to attract people to you and your YouTube channel. So getting that work done, you may not be aware of just how much work it takes to be a YouTuber and to be a good YouTuber. Okay, so that's number one. The second one is, and this is even hard for me because we have a tendency to talk about ourselves, and that is, it's not about you. What you're putting out there, and even in my older videos, my couple of previous videos, I talk a lot about, I do a little storytelling because that's just how I am. I'm of that generation, Gen X here, proudly representing. It's not about you. It's about what you can do to help the person that's watching your video. So right now you're watching this video because you're wanting to know the 3 warnings, right? Okay, so I'm trying to share that with you. Well, if I go off on a long tangent of telling all kinds of stories, sometimes that's a good thing. It depends. It might be fitting. And that may be what your channel is about, is sharing stories. And that's okay. If you're a storyteller and people are coming to your channel for that, that is perfectly fine because that's their expectations. But if you're a channel that you're trying to share information and you're trying to be educational like I'm trying to do right now, then the last thing you want to do really is probably get sidetracked on stories because people are going to probably click off. I don't know. It depends. It depends on who your target audience is. My target audience is my age, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, whatever, who are older, who are maybe familiar with the tech, but maybe are not sure about getting on YouTube, and also making money online, and maybe learning how to do affiliate marketing and how to do other high side hustles. As we're getting older, I'm not as much geared towards the younger crowd, although I welcome you guys if you're here. You want to try to focus on what they're looking for and what their needs are, and pin it down to that and share those tips. It's not about you, it's about them. What can you share to help them become either a better person, hear a story that will resonate with them and maybe change their life or their perspective or something like that. So it's about them. That's number 2. Number 3, and this one was a surprise. I wasn't expecting it, and it's the one that will probably surprise you too. Let me just tell you, to be a YouTuber, you need to grow a thick skin. Some of the people out here in this world are in a lot of pain, or they're just ugly people, like not physically ugly, but ugly inside, ugly heart. And you will get some comments that will surprise you. And it might deter you. And so that you have to kind of go in thinking, I don't care. I don't care what people say. I'm going to ignore those because I want to be here for the people who do care. But there are some people out there who all they want to do is be ugly and then be mean. And for whatever reason, maybe they had a hard life. Maybe they think they're better than you. It doesn't matter. Honestly, those are the people that you need to worry less about. But I will say one caveat on this. Some people comment and they don't realize that maybe their tone in the comment comes across as being curt or sharp or bossy or whatever. And if you're not ready for it, if you're not prepared for it, you may take offense to it, and it may not have been posted to be offensive, but it may have been posted to be helpful. And this is where I'm going to go into a little story. I watched a video. I'm not going to say who or what or whatever, but I watched a video and I made a comment on their the lighting on their video. So they had done some kind of change or something creative, and it made all kinds of sparkles and stuff on their video. And it was just very distracting. It wound up being that I was so distracted by the sparkles, I didn't even pay attention to what they were talking to me about in the video. So maybe that's another tip, is don't use any fancy stuff in your videos. Just make it very simple and get to the point and, move on. Anyway, I made a comment about their trying to be creative and that it really was distracting, but that I love the channel. And it was just a very short, sweet comment. It got taken so far out of context, and I got attacked literally by the creator because of my comment. And the thing about it is it wasn't meant to be a callous comment. And I basically apologized and stopped patronizing their channel because of me being attacked as a commenter. But the point is that when you comment, if you comment on a video, kind of reread it. Think back, look at it and say, okay, is this going to come across as being offensive? Now, I'm not saying be politically correct, because I don't care about political correctness. And if there's something that I say or something that I do in a video that is offensive to you, by all means, tell me. Rip me up a new one. I don't care. The thing is that you as a creator might get those comments. Depends on what you're creating. And you have to be prepared to respond or not. There is a way that you can basically keep those comments from being shown. So you just have to learn how to take them. And so that's what I was saying. You have to grow a thick skin if you're wanting to be on YouTube, because there are people out there, especially once you start growing, that are going to be jealous of your success, and they're going to want to take you down. That's just how the game works. It's business. It's business. You have to look at this as a business. Now, if you're doing this as a hobby and you're doing this just for fun, that's great. Share away. And then just delete those comments from people that you don't like, block them, and you don't have to worry about them anymore. It's that simple. If you've been thinking about starting a YouTube channel, the time is now. You don't want to wait, and I talk about that in this next video.